Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Satisfaction Saturday, the satisfaction in knowing that God has kept us all week long. He continues to show us His love, His mercy, His grace, and His hand of power and protection over our lives every day. Today, I invite you to look with me into Luke's Gospel, the 7th chapter, verses 1 through 10. A very powerful message that speaks to us about the faith of a Roman officer. Today, I've entitled this, The Power of the Tongue. You know, in this life, all of us have some power that goes along with our tongues. Our tongues can either cause us to live a life of joy or cause us to have words that will bring to us misery and affliction. Our text on today begins to show us that Jesus had finished doing some great work with all of those who were around him. He has now returned to Capernaum. He now finds himself that he is at the presence of a Roman officer. This Roman officer was highly decorated, and he had someone who worked for him. He had a person who was called in their day a slave. This was a highly valued slave. This person who was his slave or who was his worker had done so much for him. He had done great work for him, and now he's at a place where he's concerned about this person who has done all the work for him. Now, a Roman officer has great respect for Jesus. He knows all about the great things he has done. And now he says, Jesus, I need for you to help me out. I have a person who's a part of my quote unquote accompaniment. This person is a slave. This person has been very ill. I need for you to offer him healing. Now, Jesus says, sure, let's go see where he is. He says, Lord, I don't want to trouble you. All you have to do is speak the word, because I know the power of your tongue. The reason he knows this, he was a Roman officer. He had men who were under him. He had several people who did what he said. He knew as an officer, if he spoke the word, if he used his tongue, there was power with his words. People would come, people would go, people would make things happen. People would just follow his instruction. And he translates this into this situation. He says, Jesus, I really don't want to trouble you. I just need for you to speak the word. And now when Jesus hears this, he says, I am so amazed. I have never seen this kind of faith with one who has such authority. You are a superior officer, and you're able to say things and they happen. Jesus reminds us that all you and I have to do is speak the word. Too oftentimes we don't speak the words of encouragement, but we speak the words of doubt and despair. But Jesus reminds us if we speak the word, there's power in it. If we did what Jesus did, all Jesus had to do was say you're healed. Too oftentimes our world and our situations could be better if we gave it the positive testimony. We gave it the word that came from God. If you and I speak the word of God and use the word of God, we'll see our lives change and our communities and the world around us. Today, I want to remind you, you have power in your tongue. Use your tongue to say the right things. Use your tongue to encourage, and use your tongue to make this world a better place. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at in-person worship service at the Fountain at 9:00 a.m. It's Communion Sunday, so please come prepared to have a great celebration of learning and sharing what God has done in all of our lives. God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. Remember, in this year of 20 and 23, expect it to be bigger than you ever thought it would be. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.